Friends, I'm going to do a little video here, and I'm going to entitle it, Explain to Me. Please explain to me. I'm directing this toward the Watchtower to explain this to me. They said in the May the 22nd, 1969 awake, "You will never grow old in this system of things. You will never grow old in this system of things." Okay, I read that when I was a young man, and now I am 83 years old, and you told me I would never grow old in this system of things. Now, are you telling me that 83 is not old? Again, explain that to me. Watchtower, and all you co-operatives of the Watchtower that defends it, explain that to me. Explain that to me now. You said that I would never grow old in this old system of things. I'm 83 years old of age, and I consider that old. You lied. You lied. Explain that to me. Okay? The generation that was born in 1914 or before would never pass off the scene of this earth. Armageddon will come. You will see it. Anyone that was born in 1914 or before will never die off the scene of this earth until Armageddon comes. Well, it never happened. Most all those people are now gone. Explain that to me. Explain to me how all these people that you said would be here when Armageddon comes, and they're all dead and gone. Again, you were caught up in a lie. Explain that to me. Please explain that to me. Then the third one was, in 1925, your president, John Rutherford, or whatever his name was, made the statement and wrote a book. Millions living now would never die. Millions now living will never die. And now here we are in the year 2019. All those people are dead and gone. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. Or were you lying again? Or just blowing a bugle? Or just blowing wind to keep people in captivity? Explain that to me, please. Those millions that were living then will never die, but yet they all have died. Explain that to me. And then there's another one. A father who has a family of 2 children dies from refusing a blood transfusion, and he leaves a widow and 2 little children. He did it because he believed what you had said about blood transfusions. Now, this poor guy is dead and gone. Who takes care of his widow and his 2 children? Explain that to me. She has to get on welfare or get some help now to survive, because you know the congregation's not going to help, and we know you're not going to help. But explain that to me, how one can die in loyalty to your crooked corporation. Explain that to me. What happens to this family now? Please explain that to me. All you JW sympathizers, explain that to me. And the fifth one, I will apply this one to myself. For 32 years, I knocked on doors, I pushed magazines and books, and I collected money and took it back and put it into the Watchtower or Kingdom Hall donation box. I knocked on thousands of doors. I placed thousands of magazines and books. I collected thousands of dollars and took them back, put it in a donation box. I did that for 32 years because I believed what you said. Now that I am 83 years old, handicapped, living on a little Social Security check, where is your loving kindness out of $1 billion corporation? How come I don't hear from you? How come? Explain that to me. Explain to me. How come now, all of a sudden, you don't hear from you people? Don't hear nothing from you. Explain that to me, how someone can put thousands of hours out, knocking on doors, just making a fool of their own selves. Explain that to me. Please explain it. And there is so many other things that I could ask the Watchtower or the Cult Tower to explain to me. Explain to me how we were told in the 60s how the end of the world was going to come in 1975. Stay alive to 75. Stay alive to 75. Well, most of us did. I did. But explain to me. What happened? Explain to me. Now, if you take 2019, 1975, that seems like 44 years ago that you people had this false information out, and naturally you blame the rank and file. Everybody blames somebody else for their shortcomings, for their lies. Explain to me about 1975. All you JW sympathizers, all you JW defenders who believes in this nonsense, explain that to me. Of 1975. Explain that to me. And also, explain to me, how come adultery and being a drunkard in the Christian congregation is much worse than a child molester? A child molester can sit in the Kingdom Hall and carry on his little game of molesting little kids, and as long as he is repentive of doing these evil acts, which you say is a sin and not a crime, explain that to me. Explain to me how getting drunk is worse than a child molester. Explain that to me. Well, I'm going to keep on my theme. Explain that to me. Because I know that you cannot explain it to me. Oh, some of you sympathizers will say, well, go to jw.org. Bullshit. Bullshit. If you go to jw.org, all you get is If you want a Bible study, hit this. And if you want this Awake or Watchtower, hit this. If you want this here, hit this. In other words, everything is controlled even before you ask it. So don't tell me to go to jw.org. I'm sitting right here now, and I'm asking you, explain all these things I have mentioned. Explain it to me. Say, explain it to me that Ray Franz was an evil apostate, but Leo Greenleaf was not. Yeah, explain that to me. Ray Franz was a saint compared to a so-called child molester sitting on a governing body. And yet, you disfellowship Ray Franz for eating a meal, which was only an excuse. You had to use something to get rid of him or try to close his mouth. But explain to me how Leo Greenleaf was a better governing body member than Ray Franz. Explain that to me. Now, I will guarantee you, I will hear some comments from those that used to be JWs, but not one comment will I get on those 6, 7 things I discuss about explain to me. I will not get one explanation from any so-called JW or JW sympathizer or JW operative, whatever you call it. I will not get one reply of explanation. And why did I entitle this video Explain to Me? Because I knew that there was not going to be no comments on that. I knew that. So by you not commenting at all shows you're guilty of everything that I talked about. You're guilty as sin. Yes, you are. But my friends out there who are ex-JWs, they know what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. Kim and Mikey knows what I'm talking about. And all the rest of the apostates, as you call us, we're not apostates. We are people who woke up to this nonsense. Let me say it again. We're not apostates. We are people who woke up to your nonsense. And to those people that are still there, holding on, pretending, that's all it is now. They're pretending they have the truth. You know, it's a shame. It would be just like a guy having a wife that's running around on him. And he sits at home every night, and he knows what she's doing. She comes in and says, it's none of your business where I've been. She does this 50, 60 times a year. But he pretends she's not doing nothing wrong. He just pretends. He knows what she's doing, but he pretends. Likewise, all you zombies sitting in those kingdom halls, you're pretending that nothing is wrong with your so-called truth. You're pretending that your congregation is clean. You're just pretending all this stuff. You know why you're pretending? Because you know you're guilty. You know it's not true. You know that. But you have to pretend. You have to save face. And that's what you're doing. You're trying to save face. Oh, I can't let them know that I really don't believe this nonsense, so I'll just keep on pretending. Remember the Pilots had out a song called, "Oh yes, I'm the great pretender"? Yes, you zombies are the great pretender. Let me repeat this. All you zombies sitting in a Kingdom Hall are living the Pilots song. I think it was in the 50s this song was out. Oh yes, we're the great pretenders. Yes, we are. That's what you're really saying, zombies. Thank you so much, friends. Glad to bring this video here. Bye-bye.